Good morning. Welcome to What's Working Wednesday here at Wake Up Real Estate. Here's a quick little just starting it off with a banger. I got a text right before about 10 minutes ago from an agent in South Carolina with a referral. So What's Working Wednesday is getting referrals. But how can you reverse engineer those or maybe strategically create more of those opportunities for you? Well, one way would be to do the boosting that we've been talking about on Facebook with your personal profile, because most of you have a bunch of real estate Facebook friends, and reminding them that you're in the business and what areas you service is a great way to get those referral opportunities. Now, I don't know if that played a role in this particular scenario, but it can't hurt to remind others in real estate that A, you're still in the business, and B, what areas you service and work. So there you go. Good morning, Mike. Welcome. The Wake Up Real Estate Show is brought to you by justsold.info. Brought to you by Thanks.io, my affiliate link.
I told you, it just cracks me up. I told you to buy vanity domain, but I just love it, the .info.
Yeah, well, listen, I have no problem earning 5 cents per card of just listed, just sold cards sent through just listed, just sold.info. And, we've got it looks like a new trail mix, omega-3.
No, it's still great value. It's the omega-3 great value. The show is sponsored by Walmart's omega-3 great value trail mix.
Walmart, if you're listening, we will happily accept your sponsorship money. Absolutely. Omega-3s, good for your health. No doubt about it. Anyway, on with the show. What's Working Wednesday? I want to share some Reels style ads that are working great for me right now. That's a little tease to let you settle in. And before we do that, we're going to check out the social post of the day that Ryan was posting as I hopped into the green room here, and I was even late. So here we go. Social post of the day. I don't know I don't want to even guess what she's saying is small.
Yeah. So another last minute social post. She wants a big house, not a small one. Click this link for a list of 3,000 square foot plus homes for sale in St. Pete, Florida today. So I probably would have taken more time and put like an image of a big house somewhere in with her. So maybe you can do that. But if you like this kind of humor, guys, go ahead and grab that idea too.
Even if you don't like this kind of humor, just run with it. So we say this a lot, but there are literally infinite opportunities for you to just curate lists. In this case, Ryan did homes with 3,000 square feet or more. You could do 5-bedroom homes, single story homes, right? Like homes with acreage, homes with 5+ acres, homes with an acre or more. I mean, it's literally,
it's any search field in your IDX or in your MLS can be turned into an offer.
Exactly. We're getting close to the time of year where people might start thinking about a pool, right? So you could do pool homes or homes in communities where they have a pool, right? Maybe you want the luxury of a pool, but don't want to take care of it. Here are all the homes in communities with community pools, right? Or here are homes and whatever. You get the idea. It's literally infinite opportunities. Good morning, David. Good morning, Giselle. Giselle, yes. So personal page, not business page, Facebook boost. You can do both now. And we've been talking about it on and off for a couple of months, actually. But specifically the last week or two, we've gotten into more of those examples. You do have to turn on professional mode on your personal profile. Very easy and simple to do. And then you can boost posts from your personal profile. And it functions essentially identical to boosting a post from your business page or your brand page, the more professional version of that. So, yesterday I shared, and I still haven't done this. I need to record myself doing it. You can actually do one that just drives people to check out your profile. So you could spend $1 a day just pushing people back to your personal profile. I think also, I should verify this. I believe with professional mode, and this, I don't know if this is professional mode or it's because I'm paying to be Meta verified. I believe I can, I believe I've blown past the 5,000 friend list, the 5,000 person friend max, right?
Oh, now I'm upset. You have more than me.
Yeah. So I need to verify how or why that is, because it seems as though I'm able to exceed that with whatever. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's professional mode. I think it's maybe the Meta verified that I'm paying Meta. They'll allow me to have more friends, quote unquote. I'll confirm that and let everybody know. So the social post, there you go.
I have a better image. I couldn't. I just, it was bugging me. So
okay,
put the better image in there.
Oh, here we go. I can't even.
No, it's not. It's not. It's actually not bad. I just
thought it was
felt
maybe,
like it should tell the story a little better. That's all.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. So just a little thought bubble with the. There we go.
That is a simple thing, but it does actually convey a message. So if you're listening on your favorite podcast platform, please rate and review. But if you want to check out the video version of this, it's just a woman holding up her fingers, like signifying small, and then a bubble of a seemingly larger house. Okay, so it's you can say a lot with images, right? What is that? Pictures are worth 1,000 words, something like that.
And that's the trick with social, because we only have a fraction of a second to grab any kind of attention.
Exactly.
So pretty girl, small hand, house. That's what we're going for here. So.
Yep. All right. My topic for today was Reels, Facebook and Instagram Reels style ads. And the reason for that is that they're doing incredibly well for me. So I'm going to share what we're doing on the mortgage side with these, and then Ryan and I'll give some ideas of how you could replicate that locally in your market around real estate. Or I mean, you could just take the idea and run with the mortgage angle as well, because we know that or we continue to see that folks responding on that side are further down the funnel or farther across they're closer to the finish line, let's say. Before I show examples and walk you through that, I want to point out at wakeup.realestate, okay, create a free account if you don't already have one. If you go to member resources, okay, there's lots of good stuff here, but in particular, under courses, boot camps, workshops, if you go to short form video process, there's a whole bunch of training and content and tutorials on creating short form video, i.e. Reels or TikTok style video content, and then how to edit them, how and where to post them, and best practices. A lot of this is content I've created. There's some content directly from Meta. They actually have some pretty useful guides and tutorials, etc., which Mike just added earlier this week. But there's some great stuff in here. Now, what is not in here, which I'll have to create an ad, is taking this. This is all more organic in nature. Okay, this is like how to organically. But what I want to share today is how to then pour gasoline on the fire, quote unquote, by turning a reel into an ad. So I'm going to show you 3 different examples of ads that I am running right now. Now, 2 of them I just launched this morning. Okay, one I've been running and spent thousands of dollars driving traffic to, generated over 1,000 leads, and have already significantly positive ROI on those ads. Okay. The first 2 are DSCR, or investor kind of centric videos. So this is a short form video that I just recorded in my car the other day. Yes, I was driving. Don't yell at me in the comments, okay? And I was just talking about, I was talking to or speaking to real estate investors, right? So I started with a question, do you own rental real estate? Would you like to cash out some of that equity? And the reason why I decided to turn this one into an ad is because it got some, decent traction organically, which tells me, okay, I might be onto something here. And so I turned this into an ad, and there are several ingredients here that I think make all of these work. So I want to show you the examples, and then I want to give you the ingredients that I think increase your likelihood of a positive result of not just generating leads, but getting what I would call more like warm inbound referrals. People that call, text, or DM or comment on these ads, quote unquote ads, who are like ready, willing, and able to do business with you, which is happening, I'm getting 2 or 3 on average, 2 or 3 on a day, warm referrals of people literally just messaging me saying, I saw your ad. This is my situation. Can you help? Right? I mean, I think we would all like more of that. This is another version. This is a talking head version, green screen talking head. Very short, 14 seconds. And it's about no seasoning, 80% LTV cash out on investment properties. No seasoning, 80% LTV cash out on investment properties. Okay. So that was just another option. And then this one, which I've shared before. Whoops. Where did it go? I've shared this one before. And I continue to run it, and I just keep adding a larger geographic target. This is our 5-day HELOC. Okay. It's a green screen video. It's a lead ad. And, we've got the bullet points. Okay. So those are the examples. Now, what are the ingredients that are making this work? And then I want to give you a couple of ideas where you could take and run with in your market, specifically around, real estate, more real estate direct versus financing. Okay. So the formula or the ingredients are as follows. Number one, in the video, I'm talking to the situation at the beginning of the video. So for example, you might make a video that says at the beginning, have you been trying to buy a property, but you just keep striking out? Or have you been trying to buy a new home, but just can't seem to find the right one, or can't seem to find a good deal, something like that, right? So you're speaking to the avatar, okay? And this one, for example, I say, do you own rental real estate? Do you own rental real estate? So I'm signaling who this is for. This is for people that own rental real estate. Okay. So that's piece number one. Number two, in the video, multiple ways for the person to engage with you. So for example, in each of these videos, I in the video give them 2 or 3 ways or 2 or 3 next steps they could take. Okay. Number one, I tell them they can comment below. And specifically, I think in all 3 of them, I give them a word that they can comment below. So in the HELOC video, I say comment HELOC below. In this, I say comment DSCR below. You might say comment new below because you're talking about new construction homes. You might comment drop below because you're talking about price reduced homes, right? And I'm going to go somewhere a little deeper with that after I give you the ingredients here. So number one is telling them to comment and maybe a specific word. Ryan, on one of his social posts recently was lots for sale, right? And so you could comment, comment below lots of lots. We did that a couple of weeks ago on a social post today. Okay, so that's number one. Comment below. Number two, you can tell them to send you a private message or a direct message. And number three, I don't do this in all 3 of these, but in at least one of them, I tell them the URL they could go to as well. Okay. So you've got calls to action in the video itself. That's ingredient one. At least 2 to 3 different ways that you're telling people to engage with you or to, next best step that they might take. Okay. That's number one. Number two, in the text above the video, you're telling them what to do, right? You're hooking them in with the same, do you own real estate? Okay. Do you own rental real estate? Right. And then asking another question, do you need to cash out some equity? Okay. So hooking them in with questions and then giving them next best steps, which honestly, I'm not doing as good a job of this as I could be, because I could also include in here where I say ready to get started. I could say go to this or comment DSCR below, right? So I could weave that same call to action in there as well. So that, but above the text here, we're giving them their next best steps. We're hooking them in similar to the video and giving them their next best steps. And then the last is that it is actually a lead ad. So if someone clicks get a quote, this is an embedded lead form, okay? An embedded lead form. And though I'm not telling them, nowhere in any of these videos do I tell them to click learn more below or click get quote below. And yet, because that's the objective I'm optimizing for on Facebook, I'm getting those leads as well. So these are working great because a lead can be generated by someone filling out the lead form. It can be generated by them commenting. It can be generated by them texting. It can be generating that by them skipping the lead form and going directly to what we call a second step survey, or directly sending me a DM. Okay. And not only that, I have people that just pick up the phone and directly call me. And I've even had people just directly email me. So there's all of these different ways, and people get to choose their own adventure as far as how they would like to proceed with what I am offering. Okay. So working great. How might you replicate that in your business? Well, I kind of gave you an idea. Let's continue with it. It might be a short 15 to 30-second video that says, have you been trying to buy a new home, but you haven't been able to find a great deal? One way that we've been helping clients find properties that could be a great deal is by curating a list of recently price reduced homes. And if you would like that, or let's see, how can I reframe that? Have you been trying to find a great deal, but you just haven't been able to because of low inventory? We've put together a list of recently price reduced homes right here in Central PA. If you'd like me to send you a list, you can comment below reduced or price drop or something like that, or you can send me a direct message, and I'd be happy to send you the list. Okay, you might be able to find a great deal. Okay, have you been trying to buy a new construction home or a new home, but haven't been able to find a good deal? Well, many of the builders that we work with here in the area are offering special incentives and are even willing to negotiate on price. If you'd like me to send you a full list of all available new construction homes in Central PA, comment below new or send me a direct message. Okay. So you can craft something specific for, what niche you want to target and the audience you're trying to connect with. Let's tie it into, a post from the other day. Are you interested in investing in real estate here in Central PA? If so, I put together a list of multifamily income properties available right now. And I'd be happy to send you a copy of the list. You can just comment below multi or shoot me a private message. Okay. Any number of ways that you can do this, and you don't have to make it super difficult. Okay. It doesn't have to be super difficult. Robert Craig asks, who does your editing? There's very, very little editing, Robert. And that the course that I shared when I first started sharing my screen, we've got a course in our members area. Let me bring it back up right here. If you go to wakeup.real estate member resources and you go to short form video process, I'm an open book there. There's really only 2 apps that I use for editing. I thought I was sharing my screen, but apparently it wasn't. There's 2 apps that I use for editing. Go here, member resources, and right here, short form video process. There's 2 apps that I use for editing: CapCut and Captions. And that's it. The rest I use the native functionality of the apps, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or really it's those, and then I end up sharing on other platforms as well. Giselle says, do you find having your mortgage license scaled your residential or real estate business? What I found, Giselle, is it gives me more opportunities, more revenue opportunities from the same pool or database of leads and clients. And if you're interested in exploring that, Giselle or anyone else, you can go to wakeup.realestate/relo, wakeup.realestate/RELO, and that'll give you a very big picture, sort of 10,000 foot overview of the dual licensing and the income potential of that. So just for example, let's say, if you've been selling real estate for a few years, you've got past clients, people that have bought a house. Well, at some point they might want to refi. If you're dual licensed, you can actually earn a referral fee or earn revenue when they do that. If you have maintained the relationship, right? And you're the one making that connection for them. So I'm not suggesting that it makes sense for everyone, but for the right person, it does. And for me, what I'm realizing is the mortgage side of the business it aligns much better with my personality, my skill set, my the
Life, there's some lifestyle stuff too, right? I mean,
yep, there's that as well. But just my marketing experience and the skills I've developed on the marketing side have shown to be even more fruitful, let's say, on the mortgage side. Robert, who are you targeting through Facebook? 15-mile radius? Yeah. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. Because if you want to attract folks to a more narrow area, just talk about that and put it in the copy. And Facebook will actually, their algorithm, even though you can't specifically target them, if you're saying a specific area and that is reflected in the copy, etc., you're still going to capture more people that are interested in that area than just that general 15-mile radius. Andrew, are you using something like ManyChat to auto respond to comments? I'm not. I'm personally responding to all of them currently. Now, I've been meaning to get with Mike all week because Go High Level does have some automation for that as well. ManyChat does as well, but Go High Level has some automation, so that we're at least going to start doing that. But I've found that honestly, it's part of my morning routine, and then I do it again before the end of the day. So that might be mid-afternoon, late afternoon. It might be while I'm waiting for my kids at one of the many games or practices that we have every single night. But, I'm not suggesting that's the right answer for everyone, but I also think that too often we lean on automation too heavily. So that's what I'm doing, but I'm not saying that's the right answer. And Giselle says, interesting, I will check it out. One last thing, if you're running ads that I thought might be useful or helpful. I have the one ad that I showed, I have been running for quite a while, and I'm running in multiple states now because I'm licensed in multiple states, etc. And I launched one earlier this week, and the performance was terrible. Terrible in contrast to others that I was running. And the reason why I point that out is that can happen sometimes on Facebook. And sometimes there's not a good reason or explanation why. Like I know that this ad works. I have the proof of it. And for whatever reason, it didn't work in that case. Sometimes, so the way Facebook works and Instagram is when you launch a new ad, Facebook will sort of target a certain pocket algorithmically. Okay. So you could run 3 of the exact same ads and you could have wildly different results. It means that the one that's performing best just happened to hit a nice little honey hole of the right people seeing the right messaging. Okay. My point is this. All I did was duplicate that ad and now it's performing the same as the rest. Right. So if you know something works, sometimes you just gotta duplicate it and rerun it because it's a weird algorithm. Yeah. Do you have any relocation ads to share? I have people moving from Chicago to Tucson and would like some ideas. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Put together like what kind of homes are they buying in Tucson, and just offer that list to people in the Chicago area.
So the Facebook ad is
here in Chicago. Here's a free list of a Tucson area, whatever it is that they're buying in Tucson. I don't know, Tucson area, 4-bedroom, single-story homes, or
or you could do investment condos. That's worked good in Florida. Something small like condos under a certain number, if people are just coming there to get warm for a few months.
Yeah.
But it works really well. Your cost per lead might not be super low because it's not super relevant to everybody in Chicago, but the people who opt in are going to be pretty targeted.
Well, what's interesting is the Chicagoland area is so densely populated. I think, it might take some playing around with, but you might be able to, I don't know, you might hit the sweet spot. Now, the other variable in that is you're going to have more or an increased likelihood of people that are just tire kickers, right?
Yeah.
Like, because when our kids were young, every single year, Pam and I were talking about, should we move to the Carolinas or Florida because we don't want to be cold every winter. We never as serious as it seemed to us at times, it was never really serious. But another strategy, Robert, would be Google Ads offering that list, but only to out-of-town buyers, right? So you put it together and you show it to all of Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Minnesota, I don't know, Iowa, whatever. And, that would be another strategy where you're getting intent-based interest and leads, which I would say would be more likely to actually, potentially pull the trigger on that. Giselle says, in your tech stack, what is GHL replacing, or are you integrating with other platforms? So, Giselle, we use GHL on the mortgage side more so, okay, on the mortgage side. But it's a great platform, and I don't know that it would it would replace another CRM potentially, or you just use it for the automation piece of your marketing. So there's any number of ways to slice that.
Yeah, GHL is cool. There's some features in it, functionality in there. They have a landing page builder. They have some form stuff. They have text response. So
yeah,
for what it costs,
Mike says EXP has a Zenlist platform for listings in all areas, even off market. I just started looking at it. Yeah, I haven't looked real closely at that. We'll have to check that out. Maybe we'll check that out and share that for Tech Tip Thursday. I don't know.
Yeah, that's an idea.
And Robert says, great ideas, guys. Thanks. Of course, our pleasure. And if you need help, if any of you would like to explore getting help with the implementation of some of this stuff, we're always open to a conversation, with the caveat being, in the nicest way possible, for us to help implementation wise, we need you to be committed to a dollar amount of at least $500 to $1,000 per month, and committed to do your best to not get shiny object syndrome, right?
Yeah.
Because one of the reasons why the third ad that I showed is working so well is I committed to that as a pipeline and just have put on blinders, which for me is a long time, like for two whole months, like, and the results are now starting to compound. There were early results and positive things to get excited about, but those results have compounded. And we actually have a Zoom meeting today with a pretty big producing broker in the PA area, interested in exploring what we can do to help on implementing some of the stuff that we talk about regularly here, strategy wise, etc. Ryan, anything else for today? Tomorrow, so this afternoon at 1, we'll have our weekly mastermind, wakeup.realestate/MM, wakeup.realestate/MM. I still have not been able to get I'm looking for a Google local services ads expert to come on and share the goods. And I don't know if people just want to keep that to themselves or what, but I'm still looking for that. I did, however, it does look like I made some progress on mine, though I'm still not getting calls. But I can at least share that for those who are interested. And we'll dig into some other good stuff.
And you can run call ads directly on Google. We haven't talked about that in a while, but if the local services ads aren't kicking in, and you want phone calls, there's a way.
Yeah. Or use some of what I shared today, and you'll actually get people calling you. I had 2 people call me directly from an ad yesterday. My number is in the text above the video. Yeah. They just called. Hey, I saw your ad saw it on Facebook. One saw it on Instagram. They just picked up the phone and called me. Is that going to happen a lot? No, but if you do stuff consistently enough, it will happen some. And
if you like picking up the phone, that's quality lead. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So
yeah, I mean, both of them we already are in. I don't know that will, you never know if we'll actually be able to close for them, but the volume on that is about $1 million in loan volume from those 2 calls. If they both come to fruition. So we'll see. If you want to dig into any of this stuff, go to wakeup.realestate, member resources, short form video process. Start there. We're an open book on this. And if you need help, if you have questions, if there's anything we can do for you, you can use the little chat widget bottom right on the site, or email Mike or I, or call or text me. I'm happy to chat as well. Robert Craig, how long do you stay with an ad before moving on to something else? So that is a whole can of worms. Maybe we'll dig into that tomorrow or the next day. So the short answer is I like to, on the front end, spend twice what I would deem an acceptable lead cost. And then, so if I'm saying I'm willing to pay up to $10 per lead for this lead, I'll spend at least $20 to see what the results are. Okay. If I've gotten 2, 3, 4, 5 leads, I will let that run until a point of diminishing returns. If I've spent 20 and I've gotten 0, or maybe I've gotten 1, I'm going to go and look, okay, why might that be? Am I getting clicks, but people aren't submitting the lead form? Or am I not getting clicks at all, right? And sometimes it's as simple as what I said before. You just literally duplicate the campaign, and for whatever reason, the next time it works. So that's a short answer, but we maybe should come up with a more scientific, approach and explanation to that. And we can dig into that maybe tomorrow or Friday. It's a great question, and one that I'm certain a lot of folks struggle with. And Andrew says, congrats on the growth of the channel. You guys are awesome. We appreciate that, Andrew.
Thanks.
And that's a great way to wrap up. If you're checking this out for the first time, or the 250, I saw I got a thing from our podcast publishing. It was like a congratulations for 250 episodes. That's pretty cool. But if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Wake Up Real Estate. And if you listen on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or some other podcast platform, please leave us a rating and review there. Join us later today for the mastermind, wakeup.realestate/MM, or if not, tomorrow for Tech Tip Thursday. Thanks,
all right.
Ryan.
Thanks, guys. See ya.